Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from a hotel room at RFMA in the Westin. We're not going to tell you the room because we don't want people banging down this door because we have two people here that are just out of control on media. But no, all jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Zolan in the building.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching.
Yes, we're fired up. We're fired up in Charlotte. So Josh, you just got here today.
I did.
How's the flight?
You know, it was all right. First time ever I was in seat 1A.
Wow.
Yeah, for real.
Whoa.
I think I have proof if you need.
I love that.
It's not what,
I love that.
but yeah,
1A.
seat 1A. It was fantastic.
Beautiful.
But yeah, you know, it's a good 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Little turbulence on the way in.
All right.
But other than that,
Not bad.
it got me here. It got me out of the heat, man.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hot here, but it's hotter by you.
It's just kind of hot here.
It's humid.
It's been humid and hot here the past couple of days, but you're coming from 130 degrees in the desert, so
Yeah.
it's a little different. But so listen, we're at RFMA. If you're here, make sure when you see us, you come say hello. We love that. So we're fired up. What are we fired up about? Someone's saying something already.
All
Who's with
right,
us?
Matt Wheeler.
Matt Wheeler's in the building. From K-Stan.
K-Stan is on the way to RFMA, 18 minutes and counting. It's probably in his Uber.
There you go. Matt, drop in the comments your booth number. Let everybody know where you're going to be. What are we fired up about? We're fired up about a couple of things. Let's start with a Google review.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone in the service industry, I think, you know, we, as human beings, we do look to reviews.
Yeah.
We do, especially with restaurants. But from the service industry, you know, I see a lot of interesting reviews on a lot of companies. I haven't looked at yours. I'm going to go check yours out.
Don't do that.
I'm going to check it out. Don't look at mine either. We're in the low threes.
Which is why we're talking about this today,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we're in the low threes. I was like, listen, I had to call people that are actually my customer to go leave a review. I didn't tell them what stars to choose or what to say, but let's talk about this. These people are not even our customers.
Yeah.
They're the one-offs.
The one-offs and ones without a full understanding of how the business or the industry works, at least on a corporate level.
Yes.
You know, which I get a lot of their frustration, you know, but man, it doesn't hold a candle to mine when I see those reviews. It really doesn't. You know, we had a perfect example not long ago where we went out to do a warranty call. Right?
Yes.
And turns out it was user error. Which never happens, I know,
No,
but turns out it was user error, and you know we had to bill the customer, and the first thing that they did after screaming at us consistently and over again was leave a 1-star review on Google and state that they only gave us 1 star because they weren't able to give us 0 stars because we're crooks and thieves, and all we like to do is take people's money. So I can only hope that if any of my customers are watching this right now, you can attest to the fact that that is not how we operate.
Yeah. Look, I don't even know who this is. This company sucks. This is Malachi Parts and Service. This company sucks. Too long of a story to type, but they don't care for their customers.
This is a fun game. Hold
So
on.
it says 1 year it's taken for warranty work to be completed. I wish I did not have to deal with them.
1 year? You said 1 year?
1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
1 year it's taken for warranty work to be completed. I mean, listen, I understand we have delays sometimes, but I can promise you it probably wasn't a year.
How many stars you got?
I have 3.5.
Oh, you got one more.
Damn it.
You have a 2.5
We're neck and
star
neck here.
rating?
No.
Oh,
0.1 more.
Oh.
I have
3.4.
3.5. He's at
Gotcha.
3.4.
Yes. Oh, here's one. I don't know if they can see this. Horrible business experience. This company had a chance to be something great.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what that means.
Hold on. Hold it back up. Let's see.
Yeah.
I can't read that myself because it's so small for me. But what does it say?
It says, horrible business experience. A lot of back and forth with no resolution. This company had a chance to be something great. Not sure what they need, but a start would be to get new people running their operations and business.
Well,
I take that to heart, guys.
Me too. Like, this pisses me off.
This is like, it might as well say, Josh, you suck at your job.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been a little easier for me to swallow, I think. Oh, how about this one? Shady business operations. In our world today, you can shop for services Like they offer, and I wouldn't use this place if you really knew what goes down in house. Oh, John Smith. This actually funny story, guys. Here's why I'm fired up about this today, right?
Okay.
Because there is no checks and balances on Google. John Smith. All right. This review is from John Smith. It was from a former employee. Okay.
Yep.
Who was unceremoniously let go for making some. How should I put this delicately?
Questionable decision.
Racist remarks.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
Right? He was let go because he was making racist remarks.
Yes.
And it was awful. And then he changed his name to John Smith and started ripping us apart on every review platform that he could. And so I reached out to Google about it as well. And Google's response was, well, John Smith's review seems legitimate. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, because you literally, anybody can do anything they want to try to hurt a business. This is Rowway Electric, whatever. You can go and see it. They're not even my customer. I was their customer. I sent something to them.
You need to respond to that.
The staff of this company are not only unprofessional, but hostile and almost impossible to communicate with. They were making.
Should I stand a little further away? Are you
Very
gonna get
hostile.
aggressive?
We're very angry right now. We're angry. But this is insane. It pains us to hurt the reputation of another business. We're leaving this review in response to the 1-star review they left on our page.
You left a review on their page?
I might have.
So
This was retaliation.
you're
But this was 5 years ago, by the way. I was a different guy back then. But we brought something there to be a motor rebuild. And we kept calling, asking them when it's going to be done, when it's going to be done. And we were communicating to them. They turned it all around and said that we never called, we never checked on it. They called us and told us how long it was just a whole crazy back and forth. It was a bad experience. These guys are very expensive. They charged me close to $700 for a repair, out of which only $175 is labor. Over $500 for a PCB. That's a power control board for those of you who are wanting to know. Are you kidding me? Never again. You have been warned. Now, I looked into this this is 8 years ago now. And I looked into this was a Turbo Chef repair at a place that we've never been to before until now. This is a one-time call. It was $175 is the labor. I was sending coupons out at the time, almost a decade ago, to Subways and things for flat fee $175, parts. $500. If you go look at Turbo Chef MSRP, the board was probably about $498 at the time. So $498 and $175 with tax. It's fair. What was so unfair about this?
You were supposed to charge them, lose money on that.
Yeah, I was supposed to.
Right.
Yeah, he was supposed to get the 50% discount.
Yeah.
I thought we run a nonprofit.
Yeah.
I thought that's what we did. Maybe that's the problem.
Well, yeah, we're volunteers every day, so it's fun. Remind me to tell you about that one.
All right.
Yeah. But there are some good ones here and there. Professionalism from some of the dealers and people we work with. But this is like the craziest thing because that does not reflect who either one of us are.
Nope.
No. And to your point, Rich, you said something. You said 5 years ago, right? Maybe that was 5 years ago, and you were a different person back then.
Yeah.
And I got to say that there's a lot of truth to that, too, because if you look at Yelp, there's a lot of very similar reviews on there for Windy City, and you can also see my responses to them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this was 5-6 years ago, maybe. And I used to get super personal and defensive because I defend my technicians, I defend my business.
Yes.
Because we work really hard to run a good, clean, quality operation. And so when we're ripped apart like this for, unjustly, because of somebody's misperception of what happened or misunderstanding of how the business works, it really hits home, right? It's like it tears down the house that we built. But as you get older and you start to see some of this stuff, right, and you go through the business and you grow a little bit, you tend to look at it in a little bit different way.
True.
I don't go responding to those reviews like I used to. I'm much more calm about it now. If somebody reaches out with a review like that, it's more of a, hey, I'm sorry. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make your experience better. Yeah. But these are the things that you learn as you evolve with the business you build.
That's the truth. Over time, and I look back at some of these reviews. So I started to handle them better. I started like, listen, you know what? These people are telling me how they really feel. All right. So let me, and I've tried to turn them around. And I just had one here that 2 summers ago now that the guy actually responded to my review and emailed me and said, this is the experience that I had. I said, okay. I said, so we ended up needing a door handle put on a Cleveland combi oven, combo therm or whatever. So I said, okay. I said, let me make it right for you. I said, you don't ever have to call me again, but we're going to leave and you're going to have a good taste in your mouth about me and the company when we're done. No, it's not Rich. Don't worry about it. I just, I appreciate it. I said, no. I'm here. I said, I'm going to overnight the handle. I'm going to send it to you. You're not going to pay me a dime for the labor. Just pay for the handle. Done. And we left it like that. Left the gentleman. The guy never called me again. Fine. But you know what? We left knowing that we did our best to make it right. And I think, as we got like 10 years ago, I would have wanted to take that handle. This is not made for LinkedIn TV. But, now it's like, listen, we're looking at the bigger picture. And this is like stuff that we talk about now often too. Like we're looking at the bigger picture. 5 years, 10 years, where do we want to be? We're building business. We want to create jobs. We want to create opportunity. We want to make things better for the team, for the family around us. All that anger, it's not going to get us. It's going to an energy suck. You're too busy.
Oh yeah. So
you're too busy.
You're too busy too. And that's the point, right? Is that I used to, when I did those responses, I used to delete and rewrite it like 17 times before I actually push the button.
Me too.
And it would actually almost get meaner every time, which is weird.
Yeah.
But it's true though, because it really does. It takes time and it takes energy, and then you go home and you're pissed off and you're like, you can't believe what this person wrote on Google today about my business. I worked so hard, and they completely misunderstood the situation and blah blah blah. But there's no time for that, right?
There isn't.
When we're this age now and our companies are this size, you just have to say, okay, this stuff's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one, because ultimately that's where your ROI is. You get way more ROI from ignoring it or responding politely and moving on than you do from dwelling on it.
Yeah. So the lesson to you out there, if you're listening, I think just keep it moving. You could respond politely, be there with professionalism, say, listen, if we screwed up, we apologize. How can we make it right? If they don't want to work with you to make it right, well, then they're not your customer, and you move on, and you don't let that energy suck.
Yep.
Because, like I said, we're all busier than ever. We're all building these businesses. We have no time for this. Is anyone saying anything here, Lisa? What the hell is going on?
They're afraid to comment.
Yeah, they're afraid to comment. They're watching. I see you guys watching.
We'd be real careful with what you say.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of spooky when you go up to the lens like that.
If you are watching, if you wouldn't mind going to Rich's Google and my Google, leaving some good reviews to maybe counter some of these other ones that we have.
So I don't know if Lisa wants to put that. Can you put that somewhere?
Sure.
Visit Windy City Equipment on Google. Visit Valley Parts and Service on Google, and just give us some 5-star reviews if you know us and want it. But I want to coerce you if you feel it. If you think we deserve it, right?
And you want a special gift.
Yes, that's right. We're gonna
just kidding.
Yes,
No gift.
just also in that review, just let us know what size shirt you are.
Windy City and Valley Parts and Service.
Yes,
All right.
You know that company.
I think I do. Hold on. What?
So-
we get blacklisted by Google?
Probably.
All right.
Someone's watching this right now. We're screwed.
Fine. We'll be better off.
So we've got Hernandez happening. So Sam says, "It me. Hello."
Get back to work. Busy.
And Quentin says, "I just got here. LOL."
You just got here. Well, you're gonna have to rewatch this because this is important.
It's a good one.
Let's also talk about some of the stuff that I was talking yesterday before we shut this one down. Systems, procedures. The more you grow, I was talking with my sister about this. When you only had 5, 6, 7 guys, when you look at the percentages of, things that could happen, it's much smaller. I mean, now you're at 16, 17. How many guys you have? 45.
55 in the company.
55 in the company. So you're bound to have more, more issues, more things are going to happen because you have more guys on the road. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. So talking about putting more things that are more strict and down in our handbooks, we're redoing the whole handbook when we get back, and we're going to have a meeting on it, and we're going to talk about safety. We're going to talk about systems and procedures. Everything that you might think is common sense, put that out the window and talk to these. We have to tell our team, like maybe they have no idea, so we can drive these things home.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you brought this up today because I was listening yesterday when I was still in the desert.
Mhm.
And there was so much that I wanted to say, but you can only type so much, right? Especially when you keep talking and you don't know that I'm typing and then I'm typing it and you move on to
Right.
another topic
And then
I'm
the
like,
live
oh,
in,
should
you're
I
like,
even
shit,
push
I didn't
that out? But seriously, it's so important because there's a lot of companies out there right now. You know, we've been there, right? 5, 6, 7 guys deep, and it's organized chaos. And you got a team of workers that just dig their heel in and go to work every day. And that works for a very, very long time. I mean, that works until you're up 15, 20, 25 guys even. But then you start to realize that it becomes more about the results than the work ethic. And that's a really hard thing to explain to people that hang their hat on working as hard as they possibly can every day. I'm sad to say that like the original 6 that started Windy City, 4 of them aren't there. The 2 that are left are me and my dad. You know, and it's because not that they were poor workers, but you know, because when we needed those results, they couldn't produce the results, and that's the hardest thing in the world to overcome.
Yes.
But as a business owner, it's necessary if you want to grow. It's what creates the opportunity for your staff, for you, for your customers, you know, and everybody in between. So very, very important topic.
Yeah, and talking about the guys that you started, those 6 people that started, we had a conversation last night with the guru, Roger Smelser. For those of you who don't know him, well, look him up and get to know him because the man is just so knowledgeable. And we were talking about growth and these procedures and everything, and he said we started with 10 people. Those 10 people that you might have started with are not going to be there for the next 10 years now. That you're going to have new 10 people because those people were great. That doesn't make these people bad. Doesn't make, like I said, when you're looking at results and you're looking at growth, you have to have like-minded people that understand what it's going to take to get to this level now. So those people were great. The first decade, they helped you build it. They did all these different things, but now it's the next decade. And then each decade, it might warrant new team members, new people, new mindsets, because you can't operate with the mindset of 6 techs if you have now 25 and 30 techs.
That's right.
It changes, and people are going to change. Not everyone's going to take the full journey with you. And getting these systems and procedures in place, I think you're going to probably find that you're going to weed some people out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And here's a little advice for any listeners out there. But my problem was, right, when I was still running the street. When we were 6 people deep, I was still out there inside ovens every day, changing blower wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
But where I went wrong was that I looked at the team that I had, those original 6, and I said, this is the team that I want to run this company when we're a $50 million company.
Yes.
I didn't have the foresight to, number one, say, well, maybe that's not the case. And number 2, give them the development that they need to even excel to that, or even ask them if that's what they wanted. I mean, really, it was a combination of things. And at the end of the day, I put them in terrible positions because of my assumptions that they were going to be this big part of the company. And that wasn't really fair to them. And, had I been able to do it differently, I probably would have at least made it more clear, hey, you're going to stay here. We're going to bring people in up here so we can get you to here. But that's not what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's tricky. It's tricky. There's no manual on this. And you're saying, as I listen to you say this, I'm saying to myself, I know we're going into the next phase, and we have good people in the office. But as we continue to build this thing, I'm saying to myself, we probably need to get someone here and someone here to help with all this other stuff going on. And it's really about being open and honest with the communication with the team you have to let them know, because I think there could be people get worried when they see, you're bringing this. Whoa. It's not about you not doing. You're doing tremendous. We want you to be. I want to set you up for success. And I do feel to this, and I'm be super honest. I feel like the way we are building and growing right now, I feel like I've set them up for the opposite right now. So I gotta catch up, and I gotta put different people in place to help them succeed. I want Geraldine's and Janine's and Samantha. I want them to go from here to here, but they need a supporting cast, and we have to figure this out.
It takes time, and that's the bottom line, right? Is it takes time, and you have that realization now. You're not blind to it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big problem, I think, with people through growth is, you know, without people like you, people like me to say this to them, it's kind of, you know, I mean, it's pin a tail on donkey, right? I mean, you're blindfolded, like, hey, what do I do next?
Yeah.
And it's hard. It really is. So you know, the most that we can do is let you learn from our mistakes.
Absolutely.
And you know, hopefully we can put you in a better spot. But I think that's a really good point that you made about bringing in people up here. I think it's really just how bad do you want it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, when in the leadership position, you have to be, these are hard decisions, you know, and you don't, I know me personally, I'm not nice to you, but I would talk for you, but I feel bad. I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
And I know it's, you know, it's my fault. I could hear my dad, take the emotion out of it. It doesn't mean nothing. You got to do what you got to do. And I guess I try to do that to an extent, but I still can't help it. You know, sometimes I'm so reserved in the way I say things, and I'm trying to get out of that as well. But we have to deliver it straight. We really do, and I know I need to work on that. There's gonna be plenty of mistakes going on, so keep watching this channel.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, you can speak for me on that too, because I have the same issue. I genuinely want the best for everyone.
Yeah.
And you know, my big thing is that I put a lot of faith into people, and you know, my team will tell me that I put too much faith in people sometimes. But it's, you know, it's about that transparency and being able to tell somebody something that they need to hear, and wording it in a way that, you know, lets them know that you care about their growth. But that's hard. Like you hear people talk about it, that's hard, man. You know, and inherently, I mean, I want to be like, hey, you got to get better. But then I flip it because I don't want to hurt their feelings. So I'm like, hey, you know, maybe next time, blah, blah, blah. But then it muddies the waters. It gets a little bit gray, right? And then suddenly the accountability goes out the window.
Yeah.
Because, you know, well, you kind of said this, but you didn't really. And
yeah, it's like it's
a fine line.
You got to hit between the eyes. So, and I dance around it all the time, just trying to be polite and kind and nice. And sometimes you just, like I said, it'll muddy the waters. But I know we have some comments going on down there. I see you say itching.
Come on, let me get these comments in. So Quentin, I'm going to read all of Quentin's. Quentin's been chiming in on this conversation. He says, got to have a handbook, not Congress length, but thorough and succinct. It's the transition from small to small mid-sized business model. There has to be more infrastructure with respect to personnel. And lastly, he also says, plan strategy with the mind, but lead with the heart.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yes, we're gonna get tattoos out here that say that.
I mean, we're supposed to get tattoos.
I'll get half. You get half.
Yeah.
We'll stand next to each other.
I'm just standing
On
like
the
this.
back.
Yes.
On the back.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a long one right there.
Charlie Williams says, "Great stuff, guys. Rich, I enjoyed chatting with you briefly last night. Josh, I can't wait to see your session. I hope to catch up again next week. If either of you want tips on fun places to check out while in Charlotte, let me know."
Tips are good.
We would like to know some tips on things. I went to Fahrenheit already. That was a pretty cool restaurant. Great views. Food was pretty good. So I recommend Fahrenheit for anybody
You're
watching.
supposed to bring me there too, so.
I'm gonna bring you there.
Can I recommend a really good book on growth?
Please.
Absolutely.
All right. Have you ever read The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team?
No.
You know who Patrick Lencioni is?
No.
Okay. So everybody listening, especially you,
Yes.
look up Patrick Lencioni, any one of his books. Okay. And The 5 Dysfunctions of the Team, I'm making my entire leadership team read it right now. But he takes all of these lessons in leadership and growth in business and puts it into fable, right? Puts it into story format.
Okay.
And it is fantastic. All of them.
Name
Give your
it.
hand up. Yes, you.
Yes. The
Yes, Lisa.
author again. How do I spell
Patrick
that?
Lencioni.
Oh gosh.
I think it's Lencioni. I'm just going to say how it sounds. That could be
Let's see
completely.
if
All right, people can figure it out. The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Patrick Lencioni.
Yeah.
Is that right?
There. Rich has got it.
Let's see.
5 Dysfunctions of a Team.
I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna order it.
Patrick. Yeah, that was right.
Oh,
Good job.
Look at that.
Killing it at RFMA already.
Look at that. I'm reading that up. Oh my God.
No, that is, and it's an easy read. Super easy.
That's
But they
what I
also-
need.
They also have I think the 5 Temptations of the CEO,
Okay.
and there's a few other ones. I've read like 4 or 5 of them now, but they're all really good and all fantastic lessons.
Well, you know what? Now that we're saying this, it's just popped in my head. Lisa,
Yes.
Fed group. We could have
Oh Lord, what are you giving me to do?
having industry leaders like Josh and have
Absolutely.
books to get on the website, on the new
Books
website.
for
I like
days. Oh my gosh, I got so many books.
And I'm not a
All
big
right.
reader,
Right
but
now.
I need to start reading more. I know I need to, so I'll start.
I
this one.
love
I'll
that.
let you know.
Okay.
So we'll make sure we have that. This will be a great resource for people in the industry that are trying to lead and grow.
They say leaders are readers.
Leaders are readers. The last book I read was Catcher in the Rye junior year of high school.
Are you serious?
That's the last one I read from cover to cover.
Oh my goodness.
I got the Spark Notes.
I might have read something else. The Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes. That's what it was.
Yeah. I've never been a big reader. And not that I don't have books. I open books and I have ADD. I have a hard
Do you
time.
do you do audiobooks?
So I've done audiobooks over the years.
Oh,
It's been a
okay.
while since I have done that, but I got to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, reading is fundamental. We all need to start reading more. I know I do. What else we got going on? We're in a hotel room
I think you just
in
wanted
the Westin.
you wanted to touch on meeting your
Moist.
heroes.
It's-
Moist here.
what's the temperature in here, Lisa? What are you doing?
It's about 72 degrees in here.
What, it's like moss growing on the wall. What is this? What
We're fired up, okay?
are we going to talk about?
Your heroes. Meeting your heroes.
Meeting your heroes.
My hero.
My hero. Here we go. And we're going to take the stage at Cefesa.
Yes.
So-
Together.
Yes, this is going to be a very interesting event.
I just play this scenario in my head of me like tripping and falling and like landing on my face, but like being super gruesome, like blood coming out. You know, like here.
And I'll be like this. There's blood everywhere. Why would you let us do this?
And of course, Taz just joined in. He says, "Hey, you started without me."
Taz is here. Taz, come on up to the room. Yeah. So what time is it actually? It's almost time for the opening
Yeah.
reception.
So we gotta.
So I know we
Let's-
want to probably go and freshen up or lay down for 5 minutes or do something.
We need coffee. Absolutely.
Get some coffee. I can get some coffee. Okay, so listen, fired up, taking it down. We're going live again tomorrow.
Of course.
We're going live again tomorrow in this room. If you want to be part of it, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll get you in here. We'll get all weird, and it'll be fun.
No.
Just see how many people we can squish together in the frame.
I think we could do probably like 5 people.
We can get a few people in here. We can do like a panel. This would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure Taz will do it.
He'll do
All right,
it.
so we'll get another one going tomorrow. Stay fired up. If I see you tonight, better buy me a drink. Stay fired up, ladies and gentlemen. For Josh Zolan, Rich Maliki, see you mañana.
Adios.